I'm pushing up.
Rotate.
No, they're rotating back. They're rotating back. They're
You're gonna go. Just rotate, guys. Just rotate. Give it up. Just give it up. Nice. Rotate.
Greetings and welcome to episode number 31 of The Rotation with Z-Hack. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in yet again. I appreciate all the love and support that we've been getting on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, you name it. Guys, the mission of this show, since the conception of it, from my mind to paper to recording it right now, is the fact that I love competitive Call of Duty. I love the Call of Duty League. I loved the CWL. I loved the MLG days. And I just want to talk to anybody who is there to listen and have a legitimate conversation where we can argue some things, agree on some things, but no matter what it is, the basis of everything is that we all love Call of Duty. That's the point of this. That's what I'm getting after. And it's as simple as that. So I appreciate all of you guys for everything you've done for me and whatever I can do for you. You guys have shared topics that you want discussed so we can have those conversations. Don't be afraid to hit me up on Twitter at ZHack16. Share the podcast with friends, family, people you game with, whoever it may be, so we can grow this community. It's so important to be able to do that. But as always, without further ado, let's hop right into it. And we're going with the first blood take. I have to tell you guys, I'm all smiles when I first start off with the introduction of the podcast, but look at me. Look me in the eyes right now. I am absolutely furious with Call of Duty. Whoever it may be, Activision, Treyarch, no matter what it is, I am so tilted beyond belief. My blood is boiling. I've been fuming for hours now. I'm recording this episode Thursday the 17th, 1:02 p.m. sharp, Arizona time, okay? I was promised a couple of days ago when the update was announced for the new season of Call of Duty Vanguard that we would be getting ranked play. Tick-tock, click. They said it was going to be on Thursday the 17th. Guess what? That's today, and I don't have ranked play. I'm sitting here recording a podcast, angry as can be, when I should be playing ranked play. I don't know what to think or how to feel about this anymore. Let's break it down. They announce ranked play, that we're going to have an elo-based system, skill-based matchmaking for us to compete with Call of Duty League rule set so we can get as close as possible to playing like the pros, and if we are good enough, possibly having the opportunity to play against the pros, to get in a lobby with Sib, accuracy, methods, even though I'd wipe the floor with methods. Come on, Zinni. 1v1 me, pal. But this is as close of an opportunity that we could have. This excites us. Us seeing that little skill level next to our name and seeing the same number next to a professional's name makes us think, man, I'm pretty good at this game. That's pretty cool. I can be up there at the top of the leaderboard and have something to grind for. We've been waiting since the release of the game for this opportunity, and then they just tease us. They tease us with it. They announce a date that it's going to release. They say it's going to have like an elo-based system, and then they drop the ball, disappoint us all. I'm going to tell you what makes it even worse. It's that it's too good to be true. My days at work that I typically have off used to be Tuesday and Wednesday. Last week, they just got switched to Wednesday and Thursday. I was so excited. I said, oh my gosh, Thursday, I'm going to be able to wake up and just grind ranked play all day. It's false promises time and time and time again. They tell us the game's going to be better. They tell us we're working on skill-based matchmaking. They tell us that squad spawns are going to be a thing of the past and we fix this, we patch that. We got hackers and cheaters out of here. You guys are going to have ranked play. It's lies! It's all lies that they are feeding us, and it is making me so upset. I want to enjoy and I want to love Call of Duty so bad, but I haven't been able to. I played Vanguard upon release, and it was fun, but there's nothing for me to grind for. I can't sit and play public matches or 8s for like 9 hours a day. I hop on Vanguard and I have a good attitude. I'm like, all right, I'm going to play some Call of Duty today. It's going to be fun. This got me into gaming. It's my favorite thing in the world. Then I play 4 pubs and I'm bored. There's nothing for me to work towards. I don't want to grind camos. I want to grind a rank. I want to be at the top of a leaderboard in a ranked play system, having the highest ELO number, competing against the best in 4-on-4 CDL rule set playlists. I can't do it. It's killing me. Vanguard is hurting me as a fan. I have barely put any hours into this game because I can't just play pubs. I can't do it. I try so hard. And you guys might be thinking, oh, this is a joke. He's just, putting on an act and he's doing a great job at that. I sincerely feel everything that I'm saying to you right now. I love Call of Duty. I have loved Call of Duty for the entirety of my life. I've been a gamer since I could remember with the PlayStation 1. And then I graduated, and the Xbox came out, and my brother got CoD 4, and I started playing it, and I fell in love with the game. Pubs were fun back then. It was worth it. You could get on with your friends. I don't even have a friend on my friends list who plays Call of Duty Vanguard anymore. It's just a lonely, depressing game to play because I'm all by myself. There's nothing to work for, and it just hurts me. False promises, falling through the cracks, whatever it may be. And listen, if you want me to play devil's advocate, maybe that they know something is going wrong. Maybe they know that something wasn't right and ready to be released. But they gave us a release date. They gave us something to look forward to and then dropped the ball. And that's what hurts the most. It's just... I try to hold out hope so much for myself to be excited about this. And this is me venting from my perspective and for all the other gamers in the world. Because when we talk about the Call of Duty League, yeah, they're still having their matches, they're doing their thing and watching it. It's, as enjoyable as it can be in the state that Call of Duty is. But to get people interested from the outside who don't know what the CDL is, ranked play would be the perfect start, and we haven't had anything, and the season has already commenced. That's what hurts me the most, is I want more people to be passionate about competitive Call of Duty the way that I am, and there's no way to draw new people into that without ranked play. And you're promising that they would have the opportunity to see and say, oh man, this is pretty cool. That was fun to play a competitive game mode. I'm going to check out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday what the pros are actually doing and what competitive playlist and rank play is all about. We're never going to draw more viewership. We're not going to expand if there's nothing there to bring new people in. Why the hell would anybody want to go watch the Call of Duty League who has never watched it before if there's no reason or incentive? Those are the two biggest reasons that this hurts me. It hurts me because I'm not having fun playing Call of Duty anymore, plain and simple. I've started playing Fortnite and Rocket League, and I haven't touched Call of Duty in a while. Number one, it hurts me, and I know it's hurting all the other COD fans who have grown up watching Nadeshot and Scump and Octane and Accuracy because they've fallen out of love with it, because they don't care about us anymore playing the game. That's the first reason it hurts. The second reason is because I am trying to help grow the Call of Duty League's viewership by recording this podcast, by talking about important things to me, and there's no effort given elsewhere. We're not going to draw new people without ranked play. Plain and simple. The casual players are never going to know what the Call of Duty League is. But if you had ranked play, when you say you were going to in the update, they give it a shot. They realize, oh man, I'm the top 15% in the world. I want to see what the top 1% of the world looks like playing in a professional setting, in a league setting. That's the best way we're going to attract new viewers and new lovers of the Call of Duty League. I just went in circles for like 5 minutes, but I'm serious. These are raw emotions that I'm giving you guys, and it hurts me. It hurts my feelings. That's the first blood take. I'm done talking about it. After I record this, I'm going to go try and play Vanguard, and I'll let you guys know how long that I last before getting sick of it. It's hard to be around. It's hard to try and play, and it kills me. That's the final say there. We're going to move on right now, but that's the first blood take. Let me know if you guys agree, because I feel like I can't be the only one. I feel like I'm not out on an island when I speak my truth like this. So let me know in the comments down below, Twitter, zhack16, and let's move forward. Let's progress in the podcast. I'm still going to be angry with the next topic, but here we go. Barracks, news and notes from around the league. Coffee. That's the next topic. I'm just kidding. But this, I need it. A day-to-day basis. Just a little almond milk latte, if you will. Some espresso, almond milk, sugar in the raw, stir it up. It's good, and it's good for you, and it has me cracked like this. I'm absolutely loving it right now. The coffee does it to me. Someone get Pete's or Starbucks to sponsor the podcast. I need it. Somebody. All right, I'm done going on a rant there. Let's transition and let's talk about what we need to talk about. So the anger had been flowing in our first blood take in that segment. And now I'm going to talk about us as a collective community. I understand constructive criticism, and I understand speaking our mind and maybe giving feedback. It can be helpful. Sometimes it can just get brushed aside and not matter to anybody at all. But as a community, we need to do better, because the Call of Duty League broadcast team gets absolutely no respect whatsoever. I'm going to break this down in a couple of different ways, because I understand what everybody has been saying on social media. I get it, but you need to listen to what I have to say and let that perspective creep into your mind and think, oh yeah, Zhack is right, because he's always right. Everyone is always complaining and pissed off, and all I see is Merc and Maven. Give me back Merc and Maven. I want to see them on the broadcast. This sucks. Everything sucks about the Call of Duty League. Merc and Maven. They're the only ones that keep it alive. They're the two best. Call of Duty League sucks without them. Broadcast team awful. That's all I ever see on Twitter. That's all I ever hear. There's absolutely no respect for the team that has been put together for this season. And let me break it down to you. This isn't just opinion versus opinion. I'm going to throw the accolades out at you that I have. I'm going to give you the resume and everything that comes with it. The bona fides, if you will. I spent 4 years in college as a broadcast journalism major. I know good broadcasting when I see it. I know good broadcasting when I hear it. I know good on-camera presence. I know good interviewing skills. I understand everything that has to go through that, because I spent hundreds of hours attempting to perfect my craft in college and doing my best to review my own video. Critique myself, say you did something wrong there. You were bad there. You need to improve on this aspect of your broadcasting. You need to do better at this. That's good. Don't focus on that. Set it aside. I understand these things. I understand the intricacies that go into every single broadcast, from all the way behind the scenes, from the producer up to the on-air talent. I understand everything. And you guys, sometimes you're just out of your damn minds to give the criticism that you do. I will be the first one to say it, and I will understand that Merc and Maven are extremely talented. Their chemistry as a duo is unmatched, and they put together an entertaining broadcast. Trust me, I want to see them calling games and matches as well. But the fact of the matter is, we need the Call of Duty League to have transparency with us as viewers. I do not know why they are not on the broadcast team. You do not know that either. I don't know if there were never contract negotiations. I don't know if there were contract negotiations and nobody could agree on anything. I'm not sure if they were asking too much money. I'm not even sure if they never even heard from the Call of Duty League and they just decided to go in a completely different direction. I understand us as fans wanting that entertainment factor and calling upon the Call of Duty League to get Merc and Maven back. I completely understand it. They're very talented and they bring a lot of people to watch. I see people say, I watch on mute because no one's good. Don't do that. Do not do that. Like I said, Merc and Maven, extremely talented. I'm not giving my input until I get transparency from the league and know why that they are not on a broadcast, because I'd love to have them too. I think they're incredible at their jobs, but the problem is we don't know what happened this past offseason because we haven't heard any story from the league, from Merc, from Maven, from anyone. We've heard little things like, yeah, they never contacted us, the contracts didn't work out, whatever it may be. But don't do what you're doing talking about the current broadcast team, because I wrap this back to what I said. I spent 4 years at a university studying broadcast journalism, perfecting my craft, and understanding what good broadcasting is, what good on-air talent looks like, what interviewing skills look like, what pacing, what cadence, what emphasis on certain words mean throughout the course of a broadcast, through an interview, through a live read, whatever it may be. Don't discredit anyone in the league right now. Lando, Study, Miles Ross, and Chance are an incredible forecasters, and they are doing a great job painting a picture. I give a shout out to Miles because everyone knows him as the most entertaining, but it goes beyond that. He does hours of research to know all these things, to have one-liners that he can implement at any given time to enhance his broadcast and enhance your experience as a viewer. You have no idea what he goes through behind the scenes to be as entertaining as he is on a broadcast. Then I go over to Lando. The way that he can tell and unfold a story throughout a map and recognize a storyline. On a P1 rotation the first time around, this player was in this position and got cut down, and Lando will bring something out of his back pocket from memory saying, and we know the first time around in this hill, Scump got taken out on the left side off of an off angle, but this time around he repositions himself, has the team fire from Shotzi, and that duo wipes it out, and it allows them to pick up a full 60. Lando pays attention to detail throughout the match, which is one of the hardest tasks to do, but we're called upon as broadcasters to do that. We have to weave in storylines as they come at us, and those two, Miles and Lando, are incredible at that. You talk about their color commentary? Chance is an absolute beast. We've seen him, when Miles has technical difficulties, carry a broadcast in the play-by-play spot. But as an analyst and a color commentator, Chance knows exactly what to emphasize, what to talk about at any given moment. Study has the experience of a pro player, and he is able to pick out certain things, know what's going on the map, and he's able to see what Lando recognized earlier and weave in there to connect at the perfect spot and say, that's exactly right, Lando. This rotation around, they made the adjustment. They were down by 40, but the comms in game allowed them to retake the lead. You guys are giving no respect to how much work and how much effort they put in behind the scenes. I don't want to hear it anymore. Then we talk about our desk team of Nameless, Ali, everyone who comes on as guests. They're doing an incredible job. They set the tone for the day. They tell us what happens. They start the storylines. They break down the matches, predict what's going to happen, so we have that in our mind and we can watch that when the match is unfolding. The amount of hate that's been given to the CDL broadcast team is ridiculous. I will stand up and stand by them and defend them at all costs, because you don't know what they go through. You don't know how hard they work, what they give up, and how much time they put in behind the scenes. And we have to stand by each other as broadcasters, because I've gotten it too. When I called sports play-by-play, I got the hate. Oh, you suck, you stuttered, you messed up this, you messed up that. We're all human. We're all here to do better. Constructive criticism is one thing where I can look at that and say, you know what? You're right. My cadence was a little fast. I was talking too quick, and then it's hard for the viewers to keep up with that. To whereas if my pacing is something more methodical, the viewers will be able to understand it. That's constructive criticism. By no means are you allowed to just be a jerk and roast somebody when they're doing their best and they're working damn hard to do the best job that they can. No more. I won't take it. I will defend every single person on the broadcast, every producer, everyone at Esports Engine, everyone behind the scenes. I'm there for you. I'm sick of the shame. I'm sick of the hate that is thrown from the fan base. Do better, respect. It's not hard to be a good person. Capiche? We're good there? We can move on? Thank you very much. Now let's actually talk about the Call of Duty League. We're finally there. Holy cow. The CDL is a couple weeks in. We've had the kickoff. We've had each team play like 3 or 4 matches, and I have a lot of observations for each and every one of you. Let's start with a question. I want you to think, what is the most disappointing team that we've seen in the league thus far? Take a minute to ponder that. Take a minute to think about it. I know pretty much 80% of you are going to say Optic. They're the most disappointing team. They have the fan base, right? So much is expected of Optic that when they don't perform, when they don't win every match by blowing their opponents out of the water, it was a loss. And I'll agree, they have had a tough start. They're 1-2 so far on the season, 7-6 with map count, and they probably lost at least one match that they could have won. I don't find that the most disappointing team so far. I think you guys might know where I'm going with the most disappointing team. We saw Optic get on the board by beating Paris, and they have such a large fan base. But my team that's been the biggest disappointment thus far has to be the New York Subliners. You can go back into my TikToks, into my tweets in the off season when they announced their roster. I said right away, that is a team that can compete and contend for championships. They have an opportunity to knock off the juggernaut that are the Atlanta FaZe. Mark my words, I said that. I'll be the first to admit it. Clayster, Crimsix, the experience, are you kidding me? Hydra and Neptune, a couple of young SMGs who absolutely fried in Cold War and were difference makers for their team? That's the best offseason pickup I've ever seen. They started the league 0-for after the Kickoff Classic. And then they bench Neptune. What in the world is going on? Mind blown. By far, folks, the New York Subliners have been the biggest disappointment to me. Let's go ahead and hop on to breakingpoint.gg so we can talk through the statistics. Shout out to them. They do an incredible job keeping track of everything. And I know there's been some tough matches for New York. And maybe, it's been too quick to make a roster change. A lot of you guys have said that. You know when you know. When you have savvy veterans like Clay and Krim, they know something's wrong. They know that it's not right. They start off the year getting 3-0'd by Seattle. And we're going to talk about Seattle in a second, okay? That's a completely different team. And it's like, oh, wow. Seattle 3-0'd New York, who have a lot of raw talent on paper. Second match, the Gorillas, another good team. I like how Asim gets brought in there and Hook and Slasher. I like that squad. But a 3-1 victory over the New York Subliners. It's like, that'll raise some eyebrows. And then another good team in the LA Thieves come and stomp them 3-1. And I was like, okay, sound the alarm. The New York Subliners, they're disappointing me right now. We can take a little step back because those are 3 tough opponents. Seattle are the best team in the league right now alongside FaZe. LAG have good raw talent. And the Thieves, I love that team, man. Envoy, Octane, Kenny, Draza. Whew! Those are some boys that can compete right there for the LA Thieves. But the New York Subliners have by far been the biggest disappointment to me because the expectations were so high headed into this season. I thought they had the opportunity to win a couple of majors and make a run at champs for sure. Now, we're not here to say that that can't happen, that the adjustments can't be made. But right now, at the start of this season, the New York Subliners have not made me happy. I expected that team to go off, to have the potential to outslay anybody on the map, and then the IQ and the leadership from veterans like Krim and Clay. When you combine those two things, it's like a match made in heaven. We haven't seen it translate to their gameplay thus far. I think there's a lot of time for them to make adjustments. Now, what I'm going to do as I'm giving my opinions, I can't walk it back. I can't say, yeah, they've disappointed, but they're still good. They are still quality as far as talent goes, but they haven't proven it with their performance. I'm looking for them to improve, but they have disappointed me so far. That's what I'm going to say. Let me know on Twitter who the most disappointing roster in the CDL has been so far. And now we're going to talk the flip side of that. What has been the biggest surprise in a positive fashion for you so far on the season? It's obvious that we have to tip the cap to the Seattle Surge. This is a team that when they announced coming into the league a few years ago, I loved their branding so much. The Seattle Surge. Blue. I love that color. Blue jacket. Blue beanie. Blue pattern on my shirt. I loved their branding. I loved the logo. I loved everything about the Seattle Surge. When they started posting on social media, I was like, man, I could be a fan of these guys. And then they sucked for their entire existence throughout Modern Warfare and Cold War. Couldn't buy a win. And I was like, oh my, the only team they could beat was FaZe. And I'm just thinking, that stinks. This is an organization that really has a great brand, awesome logo, cool merch, and a good social media team. And then the team stinks. I am so happy that they've come out and surprised us. It's the perfect combination of veteran leadership, talent, and youth, and the next generation of Call of Duty proving that they belong. Sib and Pred have played out of their minds. Absolutely mental. They've slayed out. They've been incredible. They haven't skipped a beat. The first match that they won, it's like, okay. They stomped New York. All right, good for them. We'll see if it's for real. Even in the Kickoff Classic, they played great. And it's like, yeah, I still have my reservations because, it's Seattle. And then they continue to win. And the biggest factor into them being the greatest surprise of the Call of Duty League is the way they've clutched up and won a couple 3-2s. That comes from accuracy. The Iceman, he clutched up in an S&D against Minnesota. We saw it. But I think he is the leader that this team needed. Accuracy. What a guy. What a character. To be on the bench last year, to get dropped from the team or benched or kicked off, whatever you want to call it, hold out, find a roster for this game, and be that veteran leader who can puff his chest out for his teammates and can comb the talent and get the experience for these rookies and Sib and Pred. And then Mac, another guy who's been in the league for a couple years, proven himself. It starts from the top with accuracy being the leader, and then the talent from the rookies just makes them skyrocket. I love this team. I think Seattle is here to stay. They've impressed me so far. I think they will continue to do so. They've been incredible. All you can do is tip the cap. Honorable mentions, obviously Atlanta FaZe, undefeated as well. You anticipate, you expect it. They've been the best team for the past few years. Whatever the game is, they'll adapt to it. They'll learn it. They'll figure it out. Crowder is an incredible coach. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to balance his time. He can stream in the morning, have scrims, be dead serious with these guys, and post TikToks. It's incredible. That team obviously one to watch out for in Toronto. But apart from that, the rest of the pack is tight. I love LAG. I love LA Thieves. I love the Boston Breach. They're shocking a lot too. This year's a good year for Call of Duty. Let me tell you that much. Talking about some of those good teams, let's go ahead and bring up the good old interweb here. And we're going to go through our pick'ems for the week. What are we here? We're probably like 30 minutes or so deep into the episode. We're going to hit our pick'ems, follow that upcoming by who is the best of the game, and then we'll get you guys out of here, okay? Once again, appreciate you all for tuning in. Go ahead and switch the screen over here. Let's get Google. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The first week of the season, I had no idea what was happening. 8 points week 1 of the Call of Duty League for me. I picked 3 matches correctly. Feel free to roast me down below in the comments. I had no idea what to think about any team. I thought Florida was going to be good. They get smoked by the Royal Ravens. That's great. I thought Breach were going to be good. Picked them to win. Then you see Seattle Surge. They do it to New York, and I'm like, okay. And the other one was the obvious one, FaZe beat Legion. Then everything falls apart. Ultra lose to Surge. London beats Optic. Subliners lose to LAG. The Thieves, I had them being pretty good, and they competed, but FaZe beat them. Optic lose to Rocker. Holy cow. Bad week, bad week, bad week. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Come back to week 2, and look at your boy. I paid attention. I did my homework. I watched the VODs. I've done my research. Now I know who's good at Call of Duty. This week, a lot better. Boston Breach over the Legion. New Seattle was good. LAG, I thought they could do it to Toronto. They get 3-0. That was a bad pick. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. Then London, they take down Minnesota. Kind of shocked me. Everything else, perfect. Optic, FaZe, Gorillas, and then, Ultra's going to win there. Let's move forward to week 3 in our predictions and what we see. I've already filled these out last week because I didn't want to miss anything. Because I've had this fear. I have nightmares of me forgetting to make picks, then I'm out of the race. What I like for this week, first match on Friday, LA Thieves versus Paris Legion. Come on. Octane, he's on my fantasy team in Breaking Point. Thank you. Shout out to them for running something. When we lost Draft Buff, that broke my heart a little bit. So we're going through the motions on Breaking Point. My team, I took Scump, Methods, Cammy, and Octane is my squad for you guys. I'll break down fantasy in a different episode. I think we're going to run out of time for that, so we're just going to go through our picks. But that's my squad for stage 1, so I really need Optic to kind of step it up because Scump has been, down there. He's been a low scorer for me. So I'm relying on you, buddy. 3-1 LA Thieves. I think they take care of Paris pretty handedly. Might even be a 3-0 to start the weekend. They've just dominated. I really think Minnesota, they're still trying to find their footing. I think they've progressed as a team over the first couple of weeks, but I just think that the Atlanta FaZe are too good. They can run and gun. They can play the map like bocage, whatever you want to call it. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, bada bing, bada boom. I don't know where I was going with that. But they can run and gun. They can play methodically. They're just, Celium, Abizi, Arsity, Simp. You say those names, you have nightmares about them. You fear them. On paper, you say, who do we have this week? Oh, FaZe. Come on, man. So you understand that's a tough matchup. I think Rocker pick up a map because they've been improving, but I think FaZe get the win. Optic, I think that they probably have a week where they improve in scrims. They're kind of on their high horse. They picked up a win against Paris last week, but Toronto's too good. Let's get it out there plain and simple. You can be an Optic fan. You can yell at me. You can say, no, screw you. Green wall. I think Ultra are a better team right now. Plain and simple. Guys, you have to speak your mind. You got to be honest, and you got to take your fandom out of it when you're doing picks. Toronto's the better team. They're going to win. Then you have the best team in the league right now, the Seattle Surge, kicking off our matches on Saturday. Florida's been bad. Florida is another team that has been underwhelming when it comes to expectations. I thought they can compete. I thought they could be good. They have not done what I think they need to. It's the battle of, the C mascots, the Surge and the Mutineers. I don't know where we're going with that one. But, yeah, I think Seattle get the best of them. 3-1, I'll give it to Seattle. They're just really good when it comes to search and destroy. I think maybe they give up a respawn to Florida, but that's that. As for the next match, I really like Boston, man. Capsidal, Nero, Methods, and TJ. I think that they're a team that can be middle of the pack, maybe even upper middle of the pack if they scrim good and they are clicking on all cylinders. I know today they're scrimming Seattle and FaZe, the two best teams in the league. So they'll get good practice going into Saturday. I think that it's a close one against New York, but I think the substitute for New York, they're still trying to find their footing between all the players and the chemistry that they're able to undergo. You just kind of look at their stats right here. It's been a lot of red, a lot of losses. I think Royalty steps in and improves, but I just don't know if it's enough. So I got Boston 3-2 over New York, clutching up in the S&D. Gorillas and Rocker. This one is going to be a tight match, I think. I might change my mind on this one. For now, I have Rocker winning at 3-2, but I think Asim has been playing out of his mind, and I think everyone else can kind of follow suit for LAG. Hook will pick it up, and then Slasher is just Slasher, That one could go either way. I think it goes 5. Right now, I'll leave it at Rocker, but don't be surprised if I switch it throughout the week. Last match on Saturday. Come on. It's your Game Fuel marquee matchup. Double points in the pick'em bracket. Ultra and LA Thieves. This map will have fireworks. I think that Toronto, they clutch up and get it done. 5 maps, guaranteed. It's going to be intense. It will be back and forth, and Search and Destroy will win it. I think Ultra are able to clutch up there, win it 3-2. I can't give you much more insight than these teams are both really, really good, and it's going to be close. It could go either way. That's it. London have kind of impressed when we look forward to Sunday. They've taken down Optic, a team who's been struggling, but I think Seattle handled them pretty well. I give it a 3-0 for Seattle to start off Sunday, and they remain perfect throughout this stage thus far. Then a big match, Optic and Boston Breach. I think these two are pretty evenly matched. I really do. I think they're on the same level right now in the CDL. I think Boston can force it, but I think Optic clutch up. I think when it comes to the end of it, Illy will have a huge map 5. Might even go round 11, but Illy and Shotzi will come through and Search and Destroy and get it done, win 3-2 over Breach. And then the final match, another Game Fuel marquee match, Atlanta FaZe versus New York Subliners. I don't think it's going to be too much of a map. Atlanta FaZe take it 3-1. And that rounds it out for my pick'ems for the week. I just realized my camera's probably been in the way of my pick'ems, but I've told you guys everyone who's playing and what's going on. So Atlanta FaZe 3-1 to round it out. Make sure you guys get in on pick'em. Rotation with Z-Hack, you can join us there so we can compete against each other. But those are my picks for the week. Send me a tweet, send a picture, share your picks, whatever it may be. Pass them along. Tell me that you did better than me, even though you're not going to, because I am going to do perfect. Probably not, but maybe I'll do pretty good this week. I had a big week last week. How many points did I have? 24. I only missed 2 matches, and I got both the marquee matches. Perfect score. So those were with 6 points, double points, so that was huge for me. So good bounce back after getting 8 week 1, 24 week 2. Need a big week 3 here, headed into the major. It's been a great episode of The Rotation with Z-Hack. We're going to go ahead and end it with everybody's favorite segment, one that we haven't seen in a little bit, so let's get it rocking and rolling. I'm going to call upon my good buddy Scump to ask the question, who's the best in the game? Such a historic, iconic clip, and I love that transition that I put together. I'll give it to myself. My own producer of this show, 200 IQ, to think of that and make it a segment. Come on. Now, who is the best in the game? We've talked about them. It is the Seattle Surge. They have come through in clutch situations. I talked about it before. I love the branding, love the social media team, the interaction they have with the fans, with other teams throughout the league, and they've been terrible. Everyone's hated the Seattle Surge because they've sucked. Not this year, ladies and gentlemen. This year, the Seattle Surge, up to the point where we are now in the season, have been the most exciting team in the Call of Duty League, and I love them. The Seattle Surge are the best in the game. The Young Guns, Sib, Pred, then Accuracy and Mac with the veteran leadership, guys who have been there before acting like they've been there before. I get hype about the Seattle Surge. I might even need to hit them up on social media and ask them to send me some swag so I can represent them on The Rotation with Z-Hack. Scump asked the question, who's the best in the game? The Seattle Surge are the best in the game so far throughout the Major 1 qualifier. I love them so far. They're running over teams in Vanguard. I expect nothing to change. Seattle Surge are the best team in the game. That's a statement right there. Better than the Atlanta FaZe? We'll have to see when they face head-to-head. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into episode number 31 of The Rotation with Z-Hack. Find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube at ZHack16 or The Rotation with Z-Hack. Share it with all your gamer friends, Call of Duty fans, your mom, your dad. Listen to it on the way with work. Come on. Let's grow this podcast. Let's make it the best community in Call of Duty. We all love the Call of Duty League, baby. Once again, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning into The Rotation with Z-Hack. And guess what? As always, we will see you next time. Peace.